Hello everybody, in this video I'm going to be doing a brief stock analysis of Netflix, and this is actually their new logo if you haven't seen it. I'm going to spend most of this video going through Netflix's strength and why they've been doing so extremely well, and then at the end of this video I'm actually going to talk about some weaknesses that Netflix may really struggle with in the coming years and why the stock may not be the behemoth that it has been. The very first thing I wanted to do is take a look on Yahoo Finance at their revenue and earnings, and they've been able to almost double their earnings from year to year over the last 4 years, which is extremely impressive. And then you can also see that they have increased revenue by an extremely impressive amount from year to year as well. And then if I take a look right here on Robinhood at their growth in the last 5 years, the Netflix stock price has increased by 500% in the last 5 years. Just 5 years ago, it was trading right around $60-something. So if you got in about 5 years ago, I mean, kudos to you. That's extremely impressive, and I'm sure you've made a huge capital gain. Here we take a look at the recent price increase for Netflix's subscription for the standard and premium subscription from $10.99 to $12.99 and $13.99 to $15.99. And this definitely has the potential to increase Netflix's revenues by 18% just by doing this simple thing right here, not even by expanding into new markets at all. And Netflix has actually been doing this, increasing the subscription price for about the last 8 years now. And I think there's very few people who are going to cancel their subscription from just this $2 increase, and it has a huge upside for Netflix. I found this list online. I'm not exactly sure how reliable it is. It says it's the 10 most watched shows on Netflix, but it's at least 10 of the more popular ones. So we've got Daredevil, 13 Reasons Why, Iron Fist, Luke Cage, Jessica Jones, House of Cards, Stranger Things, The Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt, Fuller House, and Orange is the New Black. So we've got 10 crazy, huge titles here that are extremely successful, and I can't say that another streaming service really has 10 or more shows that have done as well as these 10 right here. And I really don't think any other streaming service is putting as much money as Netflix is into making shows for as many different types of people and many different types of show as Netflix is. I mean, they have different types of documentaries, they have cartoons that are original, all kinds of cooking shows that are Netflix originals. I mean, Netflix is really just making shows for absolutely everyone, and they're getting to where you could really not even need cable and just watch Netflix. Another huge strength with Netflix, and especially in the United States, is that millennials or Generation Z and especially Generation Alpha are growing up with Netflix, and therefore they're always going to want to have it, and therefore they're going to pay for it when they grow up. So that's a huge strength for Netflix. And then lastly, and possibly Netflix's biggest strength that I wanted to touch on, is that Netflix is growing extremely well internationally. And sorry, this graph isn't pulled up extremely well. The margins are kind of cut off. But if Netflix can continue to expand internationally as they have in the last few years, then I guess I'll be wrong, and they will continue to expand in their market share, and their stock price will continue to soar. But next up, I'm going to get into why I think Netflix is pretty overvalued right now. So the reason why I think Netflix is overvalued right now is because I think they're going to start losing a lot of their market share in the United States. And as I said, if they can continue to grow internationally and really beat out these three competitors into those international markets, then they will continue to do extremely well. But first off is Amazon's streaming service, which is Prime Video, and last year they had Jack Ryan, which did extremely well, and I believe it actually did better than any of Netflix's original shows that came out last year. Netflix had way more original shows, and overall, Netflix made way more revenue, but Prime Video is definitely on the rise in the United States right now. Apple is also launching its own streaming service, Apple TV, which will include Showtime, Stars, and HBO, and I think this is extremely valuable for Apple as well as these TV networks, because TV viewership is on the decline, and it has been for several years, but it'll still be around for many years to come. But I think it's definitely in all of their best interest, and it'll make them all a lot of money, and Netflix definitely should be worried about this, taking a lot of their market share. And then very last, but definitely not least, I think Netflix's absolute biggest concern right now should be Disney, because Disney is not only the Disney movies, but they own Pixar, Marvel, Star Wars, and National Geographic. And if that's not enough, they recently are acquiring Hulu, which is currently Netflix's biggest competitor in the United States. So I think Disney definitely has the potential to outpace Netflix for growth in many years to come once they get that streaming service launched. And to wrap up, I do think Netflix is a bit overvalued right now with the uncertainty of a few different factors. We don't know how well they're going to be able to expand in different international markets, and we don't know how well the different streaming services are going to do. I think in the next 5 years, it's extremely unlikely that their stock price is going to be able to increase another 500%. I would guess anywhere between 50 and 100% in the next 5 years. But again, there's a couple different factors that are very unknown. So right now, I don't think Netflix is a very strong buy. I think it's more of a hold and wait and see what happens. Alright guys, come check out my channel for some other brief stock analysis videos I've done, as well as some other different types of videos. And subscribe for more content if you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching.